I just played one of the best board games ever.
And I played a game that hasn't come out yet from one of our favorite studios.
Welcome to the Games of the Month, a video where we talk about the games we just played and then rank them.
We're gonna rank them in 3 different categories, first one being others.
Games that are just not for us.
Second category is friends.
Games that we won't own ourselves, but would definitely love for our friends to have and we would play at any time.
And the last category is my collection.
Games that if we wouldn't have them, we would buy. For our first game we have Elder Scrolls, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in Board Game Geek's Top 100 really soon. And Board Game Geek, for those who don't know, is the geekiest site where you can find all the board games, all the information about board games, and there's a list of best board games of all time there. You can freely pick any of these characters, like, any of these, pick one.
I'm assuming I have to pick this one. This seems really...
No, I said any of these. And then you can pick any of the skills you want.
I know the rules of this game, you just keep picking stuff.
And thanks to the movie magic, we just set up your character. Congratulations, you can start the game. In this game, you will travel through the world of Skyrim. You will go into dungeons and fight the monsters. And how do you fight the monsters? Take those dice and roll them. And you check the icons and then see what does.
Okay.
After defeating all of these baddies, you get experience points and then can get new skill lines, new dice, upgrade your character. This game has the best character customization in board games, period.
Wow.
And the cool part, you will have a bunch of different encounters, and sometimes these will feel like a completely different game. You can go to a spot and maybe it will become a dexterity game. It's super fun. Obviously, from all of this, you know it's gonna go in my collection.
All right, the game that hasn't come out yet, but will, is...
Shiny.
Scales of Fate. This is a hidden roll deduction 2-player game, but it is a very simple game. All you do is you get 2 hidden gods, and your goal is to either get both of those gods on the same spot, or have them as far apart as possible. On your turn, all you're gonna do is just do one action that's going to manipulate the board in some way.
What's super cool part is that I will have these 2 gods, but I can control all of them. And I tried to mess up yours and help mine, not giving away that those are mine. And it's really wild. And all of this trickery in 20 minutes?
Yes. IV Studio being IV Studio, the pieces, chunky, double layered board, it just feels so nice to touch everything here.
This is definitely one of the surprises of the year so far.
And this game is coming to Kickstarter on March 18th. And I think this is something you should definitely pick up if you're looking for a very unique 2-player game with amazing pieces. So it goes into my collection right now, and I hope we get the final game. Every month I feel like I'm lagging behind with my teeny tiny games.
Don't know what you're talking about.
This is what I'm talking about.
I think this game will give Nemesis its run for its money for the most thematic aliens game out there. We'll be playing those silly people that in movies go into space missions thinking, there's no aliens. And all these weird noises happening around, it's just water dripping. And speaking of noise, there's gonna be these noises in the walls. And when they reach you, you turn them around. What to do? There are aliens now there. This is a cooperative game, campaign game where you all go into different missions. There's gonna be an amazing voiceover. I've already heard it, it's pretty good. Huge storyline where you go into these missions and you have to pick some things up. Main mechanism of the game is playing cards. Like if I use this card, I attack. Or I could use the other side and scout or do other actions. Okay. And that's not that surprising, right? Okay. What is the surprising is that before going into missions, you can change half of these action cards. So when you go into a mission, you will have your unique actions and action cards. So in which collection does it go?
Yeah.
Can I say in the middle between mine and friends? Because I really want to play it.
Okay.
But also I feel like space and the theme is more yours. So could it go in your collection and then I can come over and play it?
It's your friends, my collection. Makes sense? I'll just help you. My collection.
You know what else is enormous?
No, what?
The help we receive from our supporters, and please consider becoming one yourself.
There are easy ways to do that. Down in the description, you can just make a one-time payment with PayPal or become our monthly supporter.
So what huge and epic game did you bring this month?
That Escalated quickly is a simple party game along the lines of Wavelength. So in this game, each player will get a secret number. And then I will read a sentence. My parents called me asking for computer help. What's the issue? 1 is being least ridiculous and 10 is being most ridiculous. And then you have to give your answer based upon your number.
Your mom punched the screen and now it's not working.
Your dad called
Yeah.
about my mom punching the screen. And then everybody else will give their answers. And I have to flip them up in the order, I think, from the least to the most. So I'd say I'll flip yours first, and yours is gonna be last.
It's an 8.
So I thought it's gonna be 8. And if I did that correctly, good card. If we get 3 good cards, we win. If we get 3 bad cards, we lose.
So when is that bear in the speedo joining us?
Whenever you wanted to. And I played this a ton with my kids. A lot of poop and fart jokes there. They love it. It is staying in my collection. I think it's gonna be one of my most played party games this year.
This game answers the question what would happen if you take our favorite story board game of all time and make it more compact, easier to play, quicker to play, and for 2 players. We played these characters that are on the ship. And what we do is travel through the land by flipping pages and going to different destinations. For example, 21, we open up the book and then we read 21. There's a small paragraph of what happens when we go there. And that's about it. Here's a map of the world that we try to travel and then figure out how we will get out of here. This is a sandboxy story game. So it's pretty neat if you don't have a lot of time for the long campaign.
Fine, I have to beat your small box now with my big box. Nations is a civilization game along the lines of Through the Ages, except it doesn't take ages to finish. All you do is just take one worker and place it somewhere, and then it's going to give you those benefits. Want better benefits? No problem. Get a better card that you can place here, and now you can send your workers to a better place. The goal of the game is to get the most victory points, and you can also lose victory points during the game, so it's ups and downs. You do that by placing your workers on things, and getting money and food, and feeding your people, and building better buildings, and fighting wars, even though this is a fairly calm game. I really like this game. I actually hadn't played this for more than 10 years. This is the second time this is in my collection.
This is one of the top-rated games from the board game reviewer king himself.
Mr. Tom Vassell says it's one of the best games of all time.
All you do is roll 2 dice and then see what kind of resources you get. Either take the actions from 2 ships or, yes, combine them and take just 1 action.
And then you can just buy 1 ship, and then that's your turn.
Buying is just taking this one and then replacing 1 ship. That's it.
Once somebody gets 40 or more points, the game's going to end, and who has the most points wins!
Not only do you score your ships on your turn, but also when you have built enough ships, you start getting points also from other people's turns. So for example, I just rolled these ones.
Great, I'll get 1 coin, thank you very much. I think this is actually a great game where you could say, oh, you've only played Monopoly? How about this one then?
Yeah, definitely. Not gonna add it to my collection. Would love to play it at any time. It's really silly fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Mlem. Cats are going to space.
What?
Each round we place 1 cat on the rocket, place your cat in the rocket immediately, and then we launch it. And we do that by rolling some dice and then picking 1 number. So for example 4. The rocket will move 4 spaces. Then you get to decide, do you want to get off or do you want to continue riding the rocket? Farther you ride along the track, the more points you will get if you get off onto a planet or a moon. But the rocket can crash if you don't roll the required number. Simple family game with lots of push or luck. The cats have special powers that help or don't help the rocket depending on the cat. Plus it has modules inside that you can add to the game and make it more interesting actually.
So if you wouldn't have it, would you buy it again?
No.
So it's friends collection?
It's friends collection. But if I would start out in this hobby, I would definitely buy it. I think it's a perfect push or luck gateway game.
Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe and like the video as well as maybe support us.
Yes, please do support us.
Buy awesome merch as well.
Please buy awesome merch as well.
Any of these things help us make better videos, better content.
Please
and we've been
help.
doing this for 4 years.
Please help, that's all I said. Please help. Help! Help, please!
Bye.
Ta!